Good morning. Welcome back to my bedroom floor and happy April. So we're going to be talking today about all of the media that I consumed in March as per usual to kick off the new month. It's mostly movies and a book or two. I've kind of been slack-a-lacking in the books department lately. So yeah, quick housekeeping note, by the way, if you're someone who is into the movie reviews that I do, or you hear me talk about them and you haven't actually seen them, they're on shorts. So I always do them as short form if I can. You might occasionally see one that goes over the 3-minute mark, but on the main channel. But it's always in the shorts tab. That's where I do them. I like to keep them short and sweet. So yeah, if you're looking for those, that's where they are. Now, I've got notes. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Lords of Flatbush. So this was a movie that my boyfriend showed me from, I want to say the 70s. It had Sylvester Stallone in it. And essentially it was a part of all of those movies during that weird like 50s revival that was going on. So during the time when like American Graffiti was a thing, Grease was a thing, there was a whole like romanticization of the 50s. And The Lords of Flatbush was one of those movies. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care for it. It was kind of slow to me. It was kind of slow, kind of a little bit of a nothing burger, and I found the characters largely unlikable. As opposed to, like, I think, like, from that time when you think of movies like that, you know, Grease is the big one. At least those characters had a little bit of charisma or a little bit of something. A lot of these characters really didn't. Everyone was just kind of annoying to me, and I didn't really care for it. I think it just kind of ended up getting lost in that little, like, hustle of movies during that time. So it was interesting to see Sylvester Stallone in that role, but it really wasn't anything worth writing home about, if you want my opinion. So, but it was nice to have as like background noise. Other than that, though, it really wasn't much of anything. Next, V. Okay, V was a movie that I talked about. It was the Russian movie that was taking place in like the church and had to do with the witch coming back. I really enjoyed that movie. That was something that was so different. I also really liked the church visuals. I don't know what's been going on, but I've been watching a lot of stuff that's had like church visuals lately. And it's always kind of nice to look at. Like, you know, say what you want about like Catholicism, because it has issues, and it does. I'm a former Catholic. But dude, they go off when it comes to like the aesthetics. Like they know what they're doing. They know how to make something look cool. And I really liked V just because, one, the special effects were really like, in my opinion, I found them to be quite ahead of their time versus other movies. And then not only that, I liked the way the church looked. I loved the like painting inside. I thought that was really cool. So all in all, I'm glad I watched it. Oh, there's a bird outside my window and it's looking in here. Hi. Oh my gosh, sorry, that was so cool. But yeah, V, it was good. I think if you wanted to actually check out something, it is foreign, it's in like Russian, but it's different. If you want something a little weird, you need to check it out. It's fun to have something in the weird department. Next, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. I loved this movie. Once I finished it, I kind of wanted to watch it again, just because it was so goofy. It was so goofy, so random. Had like all sorts of random crap going on, and I enjoyed that so much. I think I liked it more than the original Valley of the Dolls. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, the original Valley of the Dolls kind of, I thought it looked good, but it really didn't do much for me. Whereas Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, I think, one, visually they really leaned into it, and they knew they were being goofy. They knew that they could just do whatever they wanted, and I really liked it for that. So I honestly was kind of sad when it ended because it was so ridiculous. I was like, man, like, give me more. Like, let's make it a series. I could watch all of this. Next, Dark Habits. That's that movie that I watched about the nuns. And once again, another church visual thing. I said in my review that the movie actually kind of reminded me of Hilda Hurricane / Hilda for the Cow. And I really liked it for that because ever since I finished Hilda Hurricane, My heart's been broken. Nothing has filled the void in my heart like that show. Like I need to get a physical copy of it because I've been like just watching it on, there was someone who like translated it and put subtitles on it and they put it online, but no, I need a physical copy. I found a website and the whole thing, it's in Portuguese obviously, but it doesn't have subtitles. But you know what? I don't care. I have watched Hilda Hurricane with the subtitles so many times. I can watch it without subtitles and tell you what's going on. So I might need to do that. Also, we're not supposed to be talking about Hilda Hurricane. We're supposed to be talking about Dark Habits. That was a movie that, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's kind of slow, Dark Habits. It's kind of slow, but it's cool. It's different. And also, I like to see nuns doing drugs. And if you don't like that, well, that's your problem. But I actually liked it. I liked it because I thought it was kind of different. I kind of enjoyed the nuns being in this space that it was a convent that they allowed murderers and people doing crazy stuff. They gave them a home. And I appreciated that. The thing that stuck out the most to me when it came to Dark Habits was the Mother Superior who was talking about why she is so into like all of these like beautiful women that she had on her walls. One, because she was a lesbian, but two, she also had all of these like beautiful Hollywood women because she felt that Jesus died for the sinners and not for the saints. And that really stuck out to me. Like, I really connected with that. I think it kind of showed a certain sympathy towards sinners that the church needs to have, but doesn't always have. Sometimes I think people get so caught up in that they forget that, you know, hey, we are supposed to be loving of all types of people, even the ones that maybe we don't necessarily like or disagree with. So, yeah. Ooh, a book. We're going to talk about a book. We're going to talk about Nana. That was that French book by Émile Zola. I loved it. At first, I kind of like started it and the language, I was like, oh, I hate this. Like, because I haven't read classic literature in a little bit, and sometimes it takes a little bit to like, oh, sorry, my eyebrow is like feeling weird. Sometimes it takes a little bit to like get back into like classic literature, in my opinion, just because the language is hard. The language is annoying. It's not very fun. But once you actually like kind of look into it, get past it and you get immersed in the world, it was good. It was straight up. It was really good. I enjoyed that story. And I guess it's a part of a series of like 20 books that this guy wrote. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably not going to read any more, but I liked the one that I did read. My favorite part was the horse race when everyone was like wanting like the horse named Nana to win and Nana was cheering it on too. I really liked that. That for me was like the big like action moment, the big crescendo of the book. So I thought that was super cool. Also, Lair of the White Worm, I literally just uploaded a video about this. That movie was so weird. I have nothing to say. That movie was weird as hell, but I loved it. I have been taking in a lot of like weirder media lately, and I'm really happy that I have been, because sometimes things don't need to be straightforward. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to not know what's going on. And that's how I felt about it. Also, young Hugh Grant and Peter Capaldi. I got a big enough bed. We can all hang out. Hit your girl up. All right. And of course, the honorable rewatchables, things that I watched again because I wanted to. Number one, Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. I made a video about that movie probably, like a year ago. I love it. I love it. I found that to be such a beautiful movie. The story's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie to you. The story's weird as hell. But also, I kind of learned when I was researching this, because I went through a thing where I was watching a bunch of like Czechoslovakian psychedelic movies. We have our things. That was mine. I learned that a lot of those movies got made during that time that were very strange, and they were almost made as a like protest to the propaganda films that were being pumped out. So that's why we have those movies like Daisies and Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. So I thought that was really cool. So in regards to Valerie and Her Week of Wonders, visually, once again, one of the most stunning movies that I've ever seen. The 70s, I was talking to a woman at the thrift store that I like to go to, or the vintage shop. I was talking to her, I was talking to the owner, and we were talking about like why things looked better in the 70s. And we were talking about how during the 70s, there was kind of a medieval revival because I was buying a vintage Playboy from the 70s and I really liked how it looked. And I told her, I said, I don't know what it is about these ones from the 70s, but they have an aesthetic that I just like more. And she told me that during this time, there was kind of like a Renaissance, medieval fashion revival. And you can see it in not only in like Playboy, but in movies and stuff like that. And I kind of got that from Valerie and her Week of Wonders. And I think that's part of the reason why I liked it so much. So, and also it's just a whimsical, magical movie. If I know people online always see it in like edits and stuff, take a chance and watch it. It's weird. I'm not going to lie to you. It is weird. It's like strange, but honestly, it's such a weird, it's good. I think it's okay to consume weird things like that because I think you can get artistic inspiration as well as sometimes it's nice to just go along for the ride. Not everything has to be like a big, deep Oscar winner, as fun as those are. Sometimes it's okay to let them just be, if that makes sense. Also, our last honorable mention or honorable rewatchable is Anna Karenina, the 2012 one. All right, I'm going to tell you this right now. I watched it for one reason and one reason only, because I am a woman of a certain appetite. I watched it specifically for Aaron Taylor Johnson as Count Vronsky. That's why I watched it the first time. I watched it the second time because I wanted to see him again. And not only that, actually the second time I appreciated it more. Let's be real. The first time I watched it, I was a woman with a mission and I was watching it for that man and that man only. The second time I watched it though, I really liked it because I loved how the design was so beautiful. It was like watching like a dance or a play. I loved the pacing of it, how it was kind of quick. And I also loved how those like intimate moments, and I didn't notice this the first time I watched it. Did not. But the first, like the intimate moment between Aaron Taylor Johnson and Keira Knightley, they are like moving like a dance. Like it's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. And the costume design, oh my God. If you just want, like if your eyes are hungry and need to see something incredible, you need to watch Anna Karenina, the 2012 one. I've never read the book, by the way, so I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know if I want to read the book. It seems intimidating. Maybe on a day when I have more ambition, but right now I don't have the ambition for that. But I really liked it. So yeah, that's what we watched and or read this month. Honestly, it was a little strange. My thing with my movie list is that I've decided to like put everything on shuffle. So I just put it into like a little randomizer and see what comes up. Like I add the movies to the list. And there's no rules to be on my movie list. Essentially, if I see a clip or an image, if I see anything or hear a little bit about a movie and it sounds slightly interesting to me, it goes on the list. And then after that, every week, I just put it into a little thing and let it randomize me and we see what we get. So this month was a lot of like weird stuff, which I liked that. I liked watching all the different stuff that was out there. It was a cool little trip to take. So yeah, now let's see what April will bring for me. Happy April!